But do take note, Team Liquid actively decided to go for this Sora last pick. And recently, may mga trend na yung Sora EXP, instead of going hybrid, they go full damage. And I feel like that's the thing that Sanford is looking forward to, na kaya niyang labanan yung Phobius with the damage Sora build.
Yes, and very exciting to see our level 4 fights as we head on to game number 1 ng ating pinakaunang best of 3. Sakita na agad dito sa mid lane. And ito talaga ang specialty ng dalawang roamer natin, yung early game pressure, especially around this mid lane area.
Pero kadalasan pag sa ganyan, yung kalit, yun yung unang-unang nababanatan eh. For some reason, there has to be a way. Pero fortunately, para dito kay JP, wala man lang nagalusan. Same could be said para dito sa gold lane matchup.
Yeah, mainit no? Parang nagtatantyahan, nagkakasukatan yung mga roamers, yung mga gold laners. And ang kinagandahan dito, alam nila yung limits ng mga hero nila. There's nothing that is being forced. They're just trying to poke, to control the wave, and then maybe look a +1 play mula sa kanilang mga jungler.
And look at that, Super Marco with the knowledge na kaya niyang lamangan dahil level 2 na siya. Popping the Purify, however, ng napakaaga, malayo-layo pa naman ang pinakaunang objective fight natin.
Yeah, I mean, there's still some time para kay Super Marco to not only get into level 4, pero parang hindi rin natin siya halos i-expect doon sa first turtle fight. So he can exhaust most of those battle spells if he wants to. Not much activity so far.
Yeah, the setup is nice, however, for Team Falcons. Like, yung ginawa ni Ogwen, umakyat siya. Even though nag-sacrifice ng konti dito si Haji, pero Valentina naman kasi yung hawak niya, he's gonna get some XP. They equalize the lane on top para makasama yung Phobius later on.
Oo, and so far, no, iikot lamang si Kyle, exerting some pressure in the mid lane. 15 seconds bago lumabas ang pinakaunang objective natin. Napakasakit ng tinangke ni Haji doon. Pero so far, wala pa namang kumakagat na lalaban talaga. Nagse-set up lamang ang parehas sa kupunan sa pinakaunang pagong.
They're right there sa may gold grab. Both of them putting themselves in a position para makuha itong pagong na ito. 75% health. Flap, Kyle, Ogwen nakapwesto na. Carl, JP, and Sanford din nakapalibot lamang. Pero ito na si Flap, tumatalon-talon. Tlph is also gonna be doing the same. Pero hindi nila focus ang turtle. Ang focus nila ay babagsakin na iba sa mga members ng Team Liquid Philippines. And Sanji's gonna be going down next. Kyle, susubukan niya makaretreat. That's exactly what he's gonna do. Sanji, Flap ay hinahabol na naman. Itong si Lone Stallion, and he might be going down. Boom. That is the duck to take him all in. Carl easy gagawin ng parehas na kaso, pero si Kyle handang gumulong. JP ay babalik, bakbakan na naman ng dalawang teams natin ngayon. And Sanford is nowhere. It was Flap instead. Isama mo na si JP. It's Falcons taking everything.
Big win para dito sa Team Falcons. 4 na katawan, kasama pa ang pagong.
It's the EXP showdown, and this time around, Team Flap. Team Falcons, pero pwede mo rin sabihin Team Flap was the problem for Team Liquid. Ang bigat nung dinadamang problema dito ng Team Liquid kasi talon ng talon yung Phobius.
At tinitipid pa nga niya yung mga ibang ulti ng Phobius na ito hanggang lumipad, hanggang tumakbo si Sanji. Very well executed team fight and objective tape mula sa Team Falcons. Kaya naman lamang na sila ng 1,000 ngayon. At para naman sa Team Liquid Philippines, mukhang steady lang talaga ang kanilang goal dito dahil wala pa namang sakitan na nagaganap sa gold lane.
Dude, same idea. Para sa dalawang gold laners nitong Team Liquid. You're gonna have to wait for them for a bit, pero hindi na paghihintayin ng Team Falcons. Si JP dahil kitil na naman ang kanyang buhay. Kyle, TZ, and Ogwen, nakafocus sila ngayon dito sa purple buff.
Early invades na nagmumula dito sa Team Falcons at gusto pa ata nilang lumaban. Ayaw pagpahingayin si Carl TZ. Low HP on that retribution na makukuha naman ata ito ni Carl. Mag-i-invade, pero nahihirapan na ang Liquid.
Let me just say, they're not pulling punches here, Team Falcons. They're doing every trick in the book that they've known for the past 6 years. Kyle, not even using retry. Pina-retry niya lang si Carl TZ para makuha niya lahat ng mga green camps ng Team Liquid. Kasi alam niya kapag hawak niya pa yung retry, hindi nako-contest pa yung Fredrin.
Wow, and so far, no, aabot naman ata yung retribution ng dalawang jungle natin sa upcoming second turtle fight midnight. Kaya bang lumaban dito ng Team Liquid? Should they fight in this next turtle?
It's honestly very hard. Sanford has to have a good opening. Kanina nakita natin na shutdown niya yung Valentina, but he has to deal with the Baksha and the Phobius.
Yun na nga, minamatahan pa siya ni Ogwen sa pagkakataon nito, pero papalag yata ang Team Liquid. Unfortunately for Ogwen, he's gonna be the first one taken down. JP mag-heal. Carl TC nasa kalagitnaan ng mga members ng Team Falcons, pero Carl is gonna be going down as well. JP ang susunod na yata dahil sa pagdakdak nito si Flap. Sanford, buhay pa! Flap takes another life!
Oh wow, 5-0-1 for Flap. At nahanap na naman niya ang mga kailangan niyang hanapin mula sa Team Liquid. Pero walang nagpagong sa laban na yun.
Yeah, alam nila na talagang hero battle yung mangyayari dito sa turtle objective, especially if both sides were willing to fight. Team Falcons punished the Sora heavily. However, nung nakita nila na yung Sora lumapit, pinorse kagad nila yung ultimate, and nung nawala na yung ultimate, dun na naging malaking problema yung Phobius.
Guys, we were talking about this kanina, the best matchup possible para kay Flap, at ito yung nagiging resulta ng laban na yun. Halos 1,000 lang naman ang kalabangan ng Team Falcons, but for Liquid, gusto nilang lumaban sa pagkakataon na to, pero si JP medyo na-burst down, makakapag-heal naman ng konti. Eventually, he's gonna be taken out of the team fight. Tlph, Sanford, at si Sanji nagbabato ng mga feathered airstrikes sa may ng likuran. Aabutin siya ni Flap, matotot ng konti. Ogwen's gonna do the same, and Haji, the rest of Team Falcons zoning out Liquid.
Yet another objective secured para sa Team Falcons, and Tlph is looking unstoppable.
We've seen this time and time again, the macro versus the stampede. Team Falcons, they don't do anything unnecessary. Kung kukunin mo lang yung pagong, kukunin mo lang yung pagong. Kung mangzozone ka lang, they don't need to go the extra mile. They take every little bit that they can away from Team Liquid.
Pero mukhang magkakaroon ng 1v1 dito sa taas. Masyado nang makunat si Flap, pero may team fight sa baba, pare. At hindi, tatakas lang, pre.
Walang unnecessary talaga eh.
Parang, hindi, wag na. Napabagsak na eh.
Wala na,
Bagsak
nakuha
na yun, Tore.
nito.
Wala na tayong kailangan gawin doon.
Libre na eh, di ba? Sabi ni Kyle, okay ni Tore, okay, out na. Disiplina.
Alam mo yung nasa harapan mo na eh. Nandun na, nakatago na sa zero bush. Pero biglang nag-U-turn si Kyle. And Falcons right now still holding on to that 1.5k gold lead. Tama ba yung ginagawa ng Midnight na parang tinitipid pa nila yung sarili nila? Is this a correct approach?
I feel like against Team Liquid, you have to be very disciplined. Kasi if you give them a short opening, dyan nagsisimula yung stampede eh. Dyan nagsisimula yung kaya na nilang force ng mga team fights, kaya nilang force ng mga battle spell. So if you're Team Falcons, you're very concerned about making any unnecessary moves. Kasi any mistake that they show to against Team Liquid, they will punish.
Yeah. And we've seen this time and time again, Team Liquid, kahit malamangan mo ng 5,000, 4,000, the moment na magkamali ka sa isang teamfight ay kadalasan, yun talaga nagiging paraan ng Team Liquid na makabawi. And so far, wala talaga masyadong nangyayaring laban sa ating mapa.
Yeah, those were the gaps that they were looking for from the start. Sanji, ginamit niya yung wings by wings niya kagad as soon as makita niya itong si Kyle. It's gonna be difficult for him to find his position, so hihintayin nila na magkaroon ng cooldown na yon bago nila i-approach itong susunod na pagong. Full skills, full battle spells, that's the must for both of these teams.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Midnight, hindi pa natin nakikita na sumasama si Teddy sa mga teamfight na to.
I think for Tlph, that's the correct response. Steady lang talaga dapat yung gold lane. Kasi kapag napatay si Teddy rito, that's a big momentum shift that is going to be favorable for Team Falcons. Kaya dapat kalmado lang ang Tlph.
Oh, wait!
Wow!
There was a kill! Si Teddy hindi na masyadong kalmado dahil isa ang bagsak sa Team Falcons ngayon. Ngayon sila pupurga. Papalagan na nila. Walang iba kundi si Flap na makakatakas by using that flicker. Cal's gonna be doing the same. Pero masyadong makunat ang backsya na ito. Super Marco already taking the minions down, but one casualty is there.
It's a big casualty. They took down the Hilda. They will lose River because of this. And now Tlph, they have Lord momentum. Walang Tortoise Boy Sons. Si Kyle, they have to wait it out. And because of this, yung space na nakuha ng Tlph, look at this. They're maximizing. They're pushing out the waves. They're forcing Team Falcons to defend. And now, they get the River back.
And this was the first time na sumama si Teddy sa isang team fight, already getting his first kill of the game 8 minutes in. Team Liquid Philippines ngayon, they're still behind by 1,000. Pero katulad na naman ng sinabi ni Midnight, ay kaya na nilang hawakan yung Lord area na ito.
Tol, yung pagsama ni Teddy, that was the first time, just like what you guys said. Pero sinigurado nila na may kill. Hindi sayang yung punta or yung sama nitong si Teddy at that certain moment. Kasi kung hindi, makikita siya, makukompromise yung position, and it's gonna be very difficult for Team Liquid to actually assess kung ano yung dapat nilang gawin.
Iba din yung patience ng Tlph. Talagang naghihintay sila ng konti. Pero
Oh no!
hindi na naghintay.
Napigilan ang lipad ng matayog na ibon na Sanji falls to the hands of Team Falcons. Ngayon sila ang nakapalibot sa Lord Pit, our first major objective of this game. Sanford, sinusubukan na medyo bawasan ng paunti-unti itong si Ogwen. Another reset from the Lord. Cal's gonna be coming from the back. At tatamahan niya, wala iba kundi si Carl. Hello, Idol! Andito na naman ako! Taking one down for the team, and JP might be falling next sa kamay ni Haji.
Wow, what a bait coming in from Team Falcons. Hindi agad sila nag-Lord, hinawakan lamang. How did that happen? Parang nag-collapse ang Team Liquid.
Again, it's just textbook play for Team Falcons. They've been doing this for a long while now. You bait the Lord. When Tlph shows up, you force the backsha roll. And yung ginagawa ni Flap, dinedelay niya yung nasa unahan. Pina-force nila yung mga skills. And forces TLPH to act a certain way. Either they choose na i-contest yung Lord or lumaban sa harap kaso kasi papunta na yung back siya. So, yung momentum and yung tempo ng team fight in favor para sa Team Falcons.
And ito rin siguro yung parang reminder sa lahat ng mga Farsa players natin, no, na mahirap talaga mag-Farsa. If you are up against a world-class backsha player, parang ganun lang na nag-wings by wings ka at naunahan ka ng gulong, ay yan na ang simula ng iyong kamatayan.
Tol, the situation for Sanji is hahabulin siya ni Kyle, Flap, Ogwen. Yun yung tatlong ayaw mo makita.
Oh my. Tatlong tao.
Tapos, meron pang Blazing Do It mamaya. Dagdag mo pa yan.
It's gonna be really hard para pumuesto dito kay Sanji in this 10-minute game. Papunta na tayo ng ating 11-minute mark at mukhang chumachani nilang isa ang Lord doon sa may bandang ibaba. Nice setup mula dito kay Sanford at mukhang makakadepensa naman sila sa may bandang itaas, pero patuloy pa rin ang Lord Siege ng Team Falcons. Napakagandang pag-setup ng mga waves at mukhang may shields pa naman para dito sa Team Liquid.
At mukhang gagastusin na nila to. That is gonna be the choice. And they are hoping na hindi na nila kakailanganin next. Actually, hindi na nakaapak.
Ayun lang.
Oh, JP, wow!
Oh Lord, but then nandun pa rin yung iba sa mga members ngayon ng Team Falcons. Hindi na natin makuha energy shields. Kunin na lang natin ang buhay ng isa. And that is gonna be Sanford actually bouncing back from that. Ayaw na niya ng kahit ano pang aktibidades kasama ang Falcons.
Oh my goodness, buhay pa din yung energy shields. Nagpakamatay si JP para sa shield ng TLPH. Okay, pumutok na. 11 minutes na rin naman na kasi. And Team Falcons, again, tama yung sinabi ni Hanse, kung di man natin makuha yung energy shields, patay na lang natin si JP. At least we get something out of that attempt in the middle lane. And now you have to wait it out. For Team Falcons, hinihintay nila yung Lord, lilinisin nila yung jungle ng TLPH, and it's actually the cavalry that needs to do something right now. They have to force something. They have to find maybe a walking Hilda na mahuli nila, tapos mawala yung flicker. Kasi kapag wala sila makukuha, it is gonna be a very difficult Lord fight once again kasi uulit-ulitin lang ng Team Falcons yung ginagawa nila. Haharap si Flap, tapos ro-rollo yung back siya.
At mukhang problema na nga rin dito, no, si Super Marco, if you're on the side of Team Liquid. Currently, the most farmed hero sa larong ito. And we're talking about Tlph, isang item na lang at namangata siya ng 1,800 kumpara kay Teddy sa game number 1 na ito.
Tol, walang galos si Super Marco, extra danyos pa yan pag nalatagan talaga niya ng Blazing Duet yung iba sa mga members ng Liquid, and this is gonna be the task para kay Tlph and kay JP to hold. They have to find the right angles to hopefully find Super Marco in a very difficult situation, pero kailangan muna nilang pagdaanan yung trilogy ng makukunat na boys ng Falcons.
Grabe yung laro natin, parang may checklist sila lahat. Naka-check yung slow push for Team Falcons. They have the river control, na-clear na yung mid, and now they will go to the Lord side, and TLPH again, sila yung mamimili dito. Ano ang una nilang gagawin? Do they defend top or do they force something in the Lord pit?
Nako, parang pag may nagpakita sa side ng Team Liquid doon sa may bandang itaas ay pwede nang gumawa ng kung ano-anong play ang Team Falcons dito around this Lord area. Dehadong-dehado ang Team Liquid Philippines, pero maganda pa rin naman ang kanilang pwesto. Hindi pa rin nataalam ng Team Falcons kung nasaan si Tlph. May ideya lamang kung nasaan. Kaya naman binabagala ng parehas na kupunan ang paghawak sa Lord na ito. This is the second Lord of the game. Kaya naman malaki ang implications ng larong ito, sa larong ito.
Pare, papabagalin lang talaga ito ng Team Falcons. Ayun, humarap si Flap.
Men, papabilisin na naman nila. Just like that, Flap, Sanford, wala makikita sa pagkakataon na yon. It's just too much speed coming out from the rest of the members here for both teams.
Kyle.
Hawak pa rin, Kyle. Looks like they're gonna go all in.
No contest whatsoever. If you're not wearing green, you're not allowed to enter the river. The Lord is taken by Falcons.
And that is almost all of the objectives present sa larong ito na nakuha na ng Team Falcons. Hindi tayo nagkaroon ng third turtle. Kaya perfect turtle pick and Lord pick ang Team Falcons sa larong ito.
Clean, precise, absolute perfection mula sa Team Falcons. Mukha lang pinabilis, men. Pinaalis lang yung mga frontliner kasi tinakot nila yung TLPH. And nung nag-back off sila JP at pati na rin si Tlph, nag-U-turn na naman yung back siya. Men, kinuha lang yung Lord.
And so far, perfect game para dito kay Kyle. 1-0-11, 100% kill participation para sa first pick back siya na ito mula sa Team Falcons as they head on to siege the mid lane. Meron din silang minion wave doon sa taas at sa baba. At mukhang taas ang una nilang target.
Nauna, si Ogwen at si Kyle, nababagsak na nila yung inhibitor sa may bandang itaas. Tutulungan naman nila ang Lord sa may bandang gitna, pero may taunt na gagawin si Tlph. Ogwen will be taken down to a chunk of his HP. Flap and Hachi's gonna be doing the same. Pero nilatag na naman si Sanford. Blazing to it mula kay Super Marco ay walang mawawala mula sa Team Liquid. Pero Falcons hindi pa sila titigil. Marco, niraratrat yung inhibitors and that's gonna be more than enough. We got to. Back na tayo agad.
Disiplinang malala from Team Falcons, committing all the spells to zone away Teddy para hindi siya makapag-burst down sa team fight na yun. Sanford did try his best to take down Super Marco, but there was the Purify as well as the Wind of Nature mula kay Super Marco. And after nun, kuha lang ng Torre and disengage kagad.
Wow, still no casualties para sa parehas na kupunan. After a few minutes now, puro aksyon ang ating nakikita ay wala talagang bumabagsak. Ano bang basa natin dito, Midnight?
Again, it is the Team Falcons tempo.
Whoa! There's gonna be another one. Fair strike sa
Aray
likod sa
ko.
kay Super Marco. Pero si Carl TZ mawawala. Ngayon pulasan na ang mga members ng Team Liquid pero naghahabol. Walang
Teddy.
iba kundi si Black TZ. Teddy nasa may padalikuran. Sanji ay lilipad and then Sanford gets another kill. Flap making it happen as well. Pero si
Haji!
Haji na naman ang mawawala. JP cut into at least sa Jumbo.
Alaya na si Kyle.
Kyle, kinulungan ang tadhana ng Liquid. Taking 2,
Nako.
not 3 kills even. Super Marco hindi pa tapos. Sanji nag-flicker
Nice time.
out pero hahabulin niya ang iba sa mga members ng Liquid, but Falcons got too much. Kumakatok na sila sa pintuan.
10 segundo para dito kay Carl TZ. Feather strike para mag-clear ng mga minions at kailangan na nga i-rush ito ng Falcons kung gusto na nilang tapusin.
3v2. Kyle, medyo mababa yung kanyang HP pero mamalag pa rin kasi si JP ang
Oh my
mababanatan. Another cannon still alive para sa kanilang kupunan.
Tare-3.
Naglalak target doon sa base. They still have an extra waves, but the Liquid Stampede is still breathing.
Sobrang bilis ng disengagement. Alam nila, narinig nila, wala nga retry. Lord is spawning in 12 seconds. 10 seconds na hindi pwede kumontest ang Tlph. They might just burst this Lord. And if you look at that previous team fight, Haji, even though namatay na si Flap na wala na yung full views, nabawasan ng frontliner dito, ang Team Falcons, kinopya niya yung Sora. Dalawa yung sumozone. Laban kay Teddy. Na-shutdown nila yung carry ng Tlph.
Brilliant usage of the IMU at katulad na nga lang ng sinabi mo, Midnight, ay ibaburst na nga ng Team Falcons ang third Lord ng larong ito. Another uncontested Lord. Ilista mo na yan para sa Team Falcons. Dedepensa na naman ang Cavalry.
You know, this is a crazy statement game mula kay Kyle. Back in the interview, sinabi niya na idol ko si Carl. Pero kailangan kong tanggalin yung TZ to build my own name. And in this first game, wala pang nakukuha na major objective si Carl. It has all gone to Kyle. What a way to start this off.
Oo. At game 1 pa lang to, pare, ha?
Game 1 pala. Iba talaga pag Clash of Titans. Ito yung mga moments na pwede mong i-proc yung sumpa ni Bri. Kasi sa totoo lang, ang sarap mag-game 3.
Oo, ang sarap talaga panoorin ng Game 3 na to kung sakali. And to be fair, men, napaka-entertaining ng tank jungler warfare na to. Sanay na tayo ulit sa mga assassin, pero itong Action Jackson, yung mga tanks na napapanood natin, and with the Lord pushing dito sa mid lane, ito na ang pinakamalaking chance ng Team Falcons na tapusin ang larong ito. Conceal play mula sa Team Falcons, naghahanap ng angulo, pero bot lane nata ang kanilang target sa ngayon.
That's gonna be an inhibitor taken down for sure. Target ng Liquid ay ang Lord. Sinusubukan nila pabagsakin pero ito na, kumakatok sa pintuan ng Team Falcons. Slowly locking in pero si Marco babagsak. Humihinga pa ang Team Liquid. They're trying to at least knock them down. But the lock is gonna happen. Team Falcons, matayog ang lipad to start week number 2.
And with that Game 1 victory, ang ating opener for day number 2 ay mapupunta sa kamay ng Team Falcons.